Hello and welcome back to Let's Build Lothloria, episode 16. So, last episode we finished the bakery, put all the details in, minus some bread. Off camera, I went ahead and designed a new, smaller and compact catapult. I need to insert the wheels just a little bit more because it's a little too tall, I think, off the ground, but it's definitely way more narrow. And I went ahead and also replaced the larger catapults with these smaller ones. I mean, we only were able to fit 3, maybe 4 large catapults here, and I've already fit 5. So, obviously, a lot smaller, a lot more compact. The range is affected by it. Doesn't shoot quite as far, but you know, it needs to be functional in this town. So I had to sacrifice power for size. That's just how it goes. And then you guys in the comments, you know, thanks for giving suggestions as to what this building should be. I got suggestions for the roof type, and then also the actual building itself. So this is the what's a good word for this? It's the carpenter's house. Yes, I mean, I guess that's the word we decided on in the chat, but I was thinking there's a different word other than that. Woodworker. There you go. That's another way to say it. Anyways, so it's the woodworker's hut slash carpenter's hut. It has a slanted roof, it's not peaked. It just has a full angle, and then a full angle on this side with a flat top. This building took a while to design. I had to change the shape a couple times, and then also redo the roofs a couple times, because when you do a single angled roof like this, it makes the thing really tall. And I mean really, really tall. So, I mean, you get stuck with this huge surface here with like no detail, and you just start racking your brain as to what could go there. So I kind of multi-tiered some awnings, and this is actually a lift for unloading and loading lumber that the shop uses. So a cart would come over and pull up beside here, and they would actually raise and lower this to make the lift function. And I went ahead and already broke it because I accidentally hit one of the bolts, so I'll just go ahead and strap that back on. There we go. So yeah, this functions. It goes up and down. It's just a normal lift. So inside we have kind of the front of the store. Gives examples of what they make. They can make chests, barrels, you know, furniture, you know, anything out of wood. They got it. This is where you would go for it. And then back here is kind of the wood shop. So I tried my best to make a lathe. If you know what that is, it's basically it's a thing that would turn the wood, and you would get a nice pole. You can cover like chair legs with it, and make shafts of wood that has a rounded surface rather than square. It makes it much easier. So basically this would be the blade, and you would just lock it into here and start spinning it. Gotta have a lot of rope, spare pieces of wood kind of laying around. Figured with the new copy paste thing, you can actually grab the little locks off the lock catch blocks, and I think that adds a nice little detail. You know, you don't really know what they're for, but they almost look like wood carving tools. This is something I don't know what it would be used for. Whoa! Kind of throws you back though. Kind of cool. Okay. Cabinet space. And then outside they have wood storage, and then unprocessed lumber as well. Now, this isn't a sawmill. This isn't to turn wood into planks or turn wood, you know, from trees into actual usable pieces of wood. This is using what the sawmill would produce to make that into a more refined product. So they have a storage shed, They can use this to dry the wood, do whatever they need to it before they go carving it. And yeah, so that's that building. I think it looks pretty nice. The crane could probably be 1 or 2 more blocks longer, because you know they would have to park pretty close for this to be really effective. One final thing about the catapult, I made this using the crane and everything. I didn't record it, you know, because when you try and pick it up with a crane, sometimes it can kind of wobble about just as much as the weight itself, and so it would like crash into the workshop a lot. So yeah, it took a while to do it kind of more traditional, and I would actually only lift it up and then build supports under it and then lower it on the supports, do some whatever works, lift it up again, get rid of the supports, and then lower it back down. That seemed to be the best way to work at it. Let's see, did I do anything else off camera that's important? No. So this is what we're going to be building in this episode. This is going to be, I figured we needed some entertainment, so I'm going to make a small theater. And so obviously the stairs are kind of representing the seats, and then this is the actual stage area. And the stage will actually have, you know, I wanted to have a wooden floor and make it look like an actual wooden stage, like so. And then have an actual backstage as well. And we're just kind of jumping in on building this, explaining what I did off camera. You know, it takes up a lot of time. So here's the exits, left and right. And then we can go ahead and raise up some other walls. I would say this place is where the actors kind of wait for their turn on stage, or maybe they keep props back here. It's kind of a larger room. And we'll just go ahead and seal this off like so. And I don't know if I like that shape, like having that jut, so I'm going to just make it an angle like so. The you know, so it does kind of look like a proper stage. You would walk out on stage, you know, hey, you know, welcome to the show. The stands, you're going to be entering from the ground floor and walking in, and then going up and taking your seat. So I'm kind of trying to wrap these stairs around using some of the new corner blocks and everything, and then the top I'm gonna try and do a little bit of a box seating. I don't know how well that'll work. We don't really have an angled wooden piece, so it might just be at a different angle than the actual stands itself. Could look weird, but we'll just have to go for it. So let's see. How do I want to handle this? Let's work on the stage first. I think it would be the easier structure to build initially. So basically, we're just going to bring up walls everywhere. Like so. And then I'm going to have to probably pop in a few windows just for additional light. I'm sure it would get pretty dark back there. Okay. Looking good. Now these end pieces I might keep single story and then raise up the middle part to almost like a false second story, because they don't really need a full second story here. They're not going to be really using it unless you would store outfits and stuff up there. So we'll go ahead and, you know what, let's kind of keep with the theme of the day and do the actual slanted roof. So that's facing in towards the center. Like so. we will bring it over to there. Maybe I'll keep the white side conveniently out. That way we it doesn't take away from the actual stage. It's just a whitewashed wall. And that kind of messed up there. So I'm gonna have to delete that and then put it back. Nope. This one. Okay. How's the wall look? The wall looks okay. I'm gonna put the angled piece back as well. Now this one is going to be kind of a time-extensive build, so here in maybe 5 minutes or so I might start skipping around to different parts. I'll probably skip to when this section is done, and then we'll work on the actual stage. I can't build there. See, I hate it when it does that. It's just an annoyance. So I don't know how I want to do this. This is a kind of a complicated shape. I'm gonna have to use a cone roof at some point for the back middle, I think. So we'll go ahead and just throw that on there. Like so. And then we'll just bring the walls straight into it, I think. I think that's the best way to handle it for now. Okay. Ooh, maybe some wooden details to almost look like the curtain would be there too at some point. That would look pretty nice. Do a cross beam with some pulleys on it. Might be cool. So we'll do a wooden roof on it. You know, it kind of signifies that, hey, it's not a house, but it's also not like a hardcore government building. It just serves a particular function in the town. No different than the tavern or blacksmith. Like so. So yeah, open air theaters I think would definitely fits the best in terms of the aesthetic. Maybe let me try something a little crazy here. How is something like that gonna work? Right? Okay. Kinda like that. Definitely makes some interesting shapes for a very interesting building. Alright. So yeah, this is the stage. I'll do some detail work off camera, but this is essentially the concept. You know, I'm gonna... Oh no, that's gonna poke through, isn't it? Please don't. I don't think I've ever tried to put... Yes, it does. Balls. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to seal that ugly roof, exposed roof that you see in this middle section here. I'm also going to try and record a War Thunder video tonight. I'm not 100% sure how well received it is, but you know, more content, more views, you know, grows the community and it makes me happy, really. No, I'm really surprised and happy that I've gotten as many views as I have. I thought I was just gonna make a channel and just have my friends show up and maybe that would be it. But here I am with you guys, and I think that's awesome. So, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to put corner pieces there too. It just looks too. Oh my god! Go away. Look too weird by having that upper section. Okay. So that is definitely the stage. And now we'll go ahead and start working on these for a little bit. See how far we can get. I need a section for people to actually access the upper story, which I'm going to use a ramp for, I think. I think that makes it look a little more interesting, and obviously it splits off the sections a little better, I think. And then go ahead and add an outer railing as well. We don't want people falling off the building. Wouldn't do well for ticket sales, I don't think. There we go. Then out here, let's see. How do I want to do this? I don't have any idea. And I can do a shape like that, and then just put a little simple wooden roof over it, which is just held up by pillars. I think that actually makes the most sense to do. Then here we can, we're just gonna have to add pillars to mark the entryway, I think. So, and then diagonals to make the edge straight, and it deletes the pillars like that. And I wonder if I can get this section to curve. There we go. How about the top part? Oh, strobing. It's so bad. Let's see. Okay, that doesn't look right. So I think we're just stuck with that kind of formation. And we'll put the pillars back. So, I don't know how many people could actually be seated on this place. Yeah, no idea. I don't think I placed. Something's different about this corner. It feels it's like or not. Maybe I just laid it down wrong the first time. So yeah, we got that, and we can make this come to a point. Like so. How's structural integrity? This thing's probably pretty heavy. That's alright. It's kind of small and compact, so I think it'll handle it just fine. And then you can just go with arches to make it look more open. Though I get the feeling the arches will be able to support much of the weight. It did okay. It did just fine. Okay. And then we need some railings. I'm thinking... Now, is there a long version of this? No. Whatever, I don't... The inside doesn't really need one, I guess. Like that. And then finally, some upper railings. Gonna seal that off. And you know, we'll use round pillars. I don't use these very often, surprisingly. Yeah, up and up, up, up. I'm hoping this looks remotely close to a theater. It's definitely no globe theater, but I think it gets the point. In fact, I could probably do something like this. There we go. Almost acts like a little awning. And to prevent people from sitting here from falling off. So it was a good feature. So I think these walls are just going to have to be a little custom. Well, luckily for the door frame, I should be able to fit it. Okay, so I have totally decided not to edit it because I forgot what to look at the time of the video. So it's gonna run a little long. It's gonna be a long episode. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm thinking windmill blades for the roof. You guys don't want to see no more roofing. I'll just cut here and show you the end. Alright guys, there it is, the finished theater. We'll go ahead and just take the path up there instead of flying. That way you get to see kind of a more survival viewpoint of it. Really open kind of entryway. I did a little booth to peddle whatever the theater owner wants to do that day. Kind of walk in, you have a direct view of the stage. You just kind of work your way up to your sitting. They would probably seat this area first, and then let everyone else kind of roll in as they come. Really cheap seats, you know. People that don't really know. Am I like sinking into the ground? Ugh, it just feels like I'm sinking. Okay. Yeah. I reworked the roof a little bit more. Just try to make it look a little bit more clean. And so this is our theater of the town. And that'll do it for this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.